Now let's go through biology paper 2, that is 2019 exam. First question here, the figure shows different types of specialized cells. We want to identify these cells. What is the first cell? Just look at the structure. So this one is an erythrocyte or red blood cell. How about B? If you just see a cell that is elongated going up, that is a palisade cell. And then C, that is a sperm cell. State the part of a living organism in which cell is normally found. In which each cell is normally found. Where is the red blood cell found? The part of the living organism that is in blood. How about a palisade cell? Where is it found? In a leaf. How about a sperm cell? Where is it found? Going to be found in the testes, alright? If you want, you can be more specific. They are made, of course, in the seminiferous tubules. That's where you are going to find the sperms. But let's just say testis. Or more general, you can say male reproductive system. More general. Explain how cell B and C adapted to their function. How does B do its function in palisade cell? It has got abundant chloroplast. And the importance of that is the chloroplast containing chlorophyll, which is going to be necessary in what? Photosynthesis. Another thing is that they are longer up, going up down. So they are longer vertically than horizontally. What is the importance of this adaptation? It allows the chloroplast to move up and down when light intensity is changing. How about the cell C, the testis, the sperm? Why is it adapted to its function? It has got a tail, and that tail aids it in movement to go towards the female reproductive system, right? The figure here shows the jaw of a mammal. Name the type of tooth shown. You can see these ones in front, they are sharp. So these are incisors. And then these ones, so these ones are at the back. These are the molars. These ones here are the premolars. So those are the molars, which are at the very back. Relate the function of the structure of the tooth D and E to their function. What is the function of D, the incisors? So the incisors are chisel shaped, and that is necessary in biting because that's chisel shaped. The molars are more broad, right? They are broad, and that enables them in crushing. So you need to relate the structure. So this one is chisel shaped. That is necessary for biting. And then these ones are broad. That is necessary for crushing. So if you just mention the function, you just get 2 marks because that's 4 marks. State and describe the mode of nutrition of the mammal with the type of dentition above. So this dentition is for a goat. So their mode of nutrition is these are herbivores or herbivorous. And what they do is that they feed on plants. Okay. They only feed on plants. They don't feed on animals. And what they do is that when they are eating those plants, they can actually store some of what they eat in this region, which is called the diastema. A figure shows the adult stage of an organism. What is this organism? This is a grasshopper. To which phylum and class does this organism belong? First thing, you need to understand something about classification. So when you are classifying, you can classify organisms into their kingdoms, into their phylums, class, order, family, the genus, and then the species to which they belong. All right. So the highest classification is kingdom. After kingdom, then you are going to have phylum. After phylum, class, class, order, order, family, family, genus, and then you are going to have the species. So you can use the mnemonic: kings play chess on fine gold stools. All right. So that is kings play chess on fine gold stools. This is species. This is genus. This is family. This is order. This is kingdom. This is phylum. And then what is this G here? The G is going to be, or did I put something else? Kings play chess. Oh, that was supposed to be a C, not G. Kings play chess. So this is the class, all right? So that is how you can classify organisms. So this organism that you can see here is from the kingdom Animalia. It is an animal. So the kingdom is Animalia. And then when you go into the animal kingdom, you are going to find, of course, you have a lot of kingdoms. A kingdom Animalia, kingdom Plantae, Protista, Fungi. But if you go into the animal kingdom, you are going to find that you have got vertebrates and invertebrates. Invertebrates don't have a backbone, and it will include things like mollusca, things like snails, nematodes. These are roundworms which don't have segments, right? So, and arthropoda. So arthropoda, this is going to be where you are going to find the insects. All right. So now we are going down. So we said that after the kingdom, what are you going to have? The phylum. So where is this guy coming from? So we're having the phylum Arthropoda, right? So in the phylum Arthropoda, that's where we're going to find also insects. So that would be the class there. So the phylum Arthropoda class, these are insects, right? Okay. So insects are basically animals that have got three body regions. They've got the head, the thorax, and also the abdomen. It includes things like the same grasshopper. Okay, so that is it. State two visible features that enable you to identify and classify the organism. What can you see? It has got a head, the thorax, the abdomen. Apart from that, another feature of insects should have two pairs of wings, short wings and long wings, and then three pairs of legs. Okay, you can see one, two, three pairs of legs, and then the wings, you have got the bigger wings and then the shorter wings. Those are what enables us to classify insects. State two visible features that enabled you. So we have answered. State two other phylums in the kingdom Animalia. So what other phylums did I mention in the kingdom Animalia? So in the kingdom Animalia, we're going to have phylums like Annelida, which you are going to find worms which have got segments like earthworms. That is Annelida. Mollusca, those are snails. I can write Annelida, Mollusca. This includes things like snails, right? You are going to have a lot. You are going to have also things like nematodes. These are also roundworms, but they are unsegmented. That's how they differ from Annelida. Also going to have arthropoda, which is where the insects are going to be. What is the name of the key used in classification? That's known as a dichotomous key. What is the importance of of this key in classification. The dichotomous key is important in classification in that it is going to name two things, all right? So when you want to identify something, you are going to use a statement that is going to describe the characteristic, which, if followed step by step, will make it possible for you to classify the organism. And the key uses the dichotomous key. And so when constructing an identification key, you first begin by listing the characteristics of the organisms you are trying to find out. What are the characteristics? For example, it has got two body regions, this, that, and then that presentation is going to give you an idea of what you're talking about. That is a dichotomous key. Explain why this key is important in classification to help us to put every organism into a group and then be able to identify it like that. The figure is a graph showing changes in volume of air during inspiration and expiration in the respiratory organ of a person, which later shows the process of inspiration. So when you look at a graph like this, anything that goes up, that is inspiration, going down is expiration. So F is the inspiration, is going up. Okay, G is expiration, you are removing air because this is showing the lungs. So if you breathe out, the volume in the lungs will become small because like you've removed air, right? Name the activity taking place during stages 1, 2, and 3. What is the activity at each one of these stages? So stage 1, this is normal quiet breathing, normal quiet breathing. And then stage 2, this is a deep breath, like you so you take in deep air and then you remove it deep. That is stage 2. And then stage 3, again, it is normal quiet breathing. Describe 4 changes which takes place in the thoracic during inspiration in order to facilitate the increase in volume during stage 2. So you can think of it yourself. When you try to breathe in, what is happening to your chest? Your chest is expanding. Okay, so the external intercostal muscles contract. External intercostals muscles contract. The other thing is that the diaphragm, you can see your chest has become big, right? So the diaphragm has become flat. What else? What have you noticed about the ribs? The ribs have been pushed outwards and upwards. Just try to breathe in. Okay, and then if the external intercostals are contracting, then the internal intercostals are relaxing. So this is what happens. All right, these are changes you'll be able to notice. A young girl had multiple sexual partners consisting of the following: a fellow young boy, a business, and a public worker. Briefly explain two risks the girl may have had from the multiple sexual relations. One risk is pregnancy, but another risk is going to be getting STIs or STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. Identify one sexual behavior that can help the young girl achieve a set goal in education. One sexual behavior is just abstinence. Okay, stay away from whatsoever is here. You'll be able to achieve your goal in education. Suggest one best contraceptive method the girl could have been using to protect herself. She would have been using a condom. Condom can prevent both STDs and pregnancy. If the sexual partners are the following blood groups: young girl is blood group O, young boy is blood group B, businessman AB, public worker B. Suggest a sexual partner who would have been responsible for the pregnancy if the young girl had a child with blood group O. A. If you look at the young girl has got blood group O. Blood group is composed of two alleles. So we are going to have the allele for O, another allele for O. This is the only way you can have blood group O, O, O. Blood group B, you can either have B with another B, or you have B with the O. The only way you can be blood group AB is when you have got I with A, then I with B. That's the only way. Blood group B, again, this one also is the same as this one. So the young boy and the public worker, this is their blood group. You can see that in their blood group, they don't have any A. So there's no way they can give birth to a child that has got blood group A. So the only one who can be responsible for this pregnancy is the one who has got an A in the genotype. Because when this O combines with the A, then the child is going to be blood group A. So the businessman was the one responsible. All right. So that is how you answer this question. Using a genetic diagram, use a genetic diagram to explain your answer. So always start first with phenotype, physical characteristic. So the businessman had blood group what? AB. And then we cross this one with a girl who had blood group what? O. And then we now write the genotype. The genotype, we said that blood group A, you always write I and then A on top, I, then B. So be crossed with I, then O on top, and then I, O. And then you write now the gametes. So this is going to be IA, put it in a circle, write IB, also put it in a circle, two different circles, because these two are going to be in two different sperms. Don't put a times for gametes, write I, O, put in a circle, I, O, also put in a circle. And then fertilization is going to happen. So this can go with this, that is going to be I, A, I, O. This can go with this, that is going to be I, A, I, O. This can go with this, that is going to be I, B, I, O. This can be with this, that is going to be I, B, I, O. So this is called as F1 genotype. And then we can also have F1 phenotype. So for the phenotype, this is AO. What blood group is this? A, IO, IO, IA, IO. As long as you have got O, we call it as recessive. In other words, the only way you can be blood group O if you have got OO. Otherwise, you can't be. So this one is blood group A. Please, you need to write in full blood group A. This one is going to be blood group A also. This one is going to be blood group B. This one is also going to be blood group B. So the only chance is that when these two people come together, they can only give birth to a child who is having blood group A or blood group B. So there's actually 50 chance of blood group A and 50 chance of blood group B. So that is what happened for this one. And then the others, these are now S's. Define transpiration. Discuss factors that affect the rate of transpiration. Significance of transpiration. Functions of the many components of blood. So what are the things in blood? You have got blood cells, red blood cells, white blood cells. You have got proteins, plasma, which is the liquid part. Explain sickle cell anemia and hemophilia. Sickle cell anemia, the blood has lost its concave shape. Hemophilia also you get to explain it. Now we are going to have a tutorial where we're going to talk about the essays. All right, we'll talk about how you can answer essays, describe the different methods of natural propagation. Okay, define the term puberty and the changes that occur at puberty in both boys and girls. Two determinants of puberty, important factor that make the soil fertile, how soil fertility can be maintained. So you can get to, if you have read through these, you can just try to answer them. Okay. And if you want to your work to be checked if you've written correctly, you can get to WhatsApp us on 0974016268. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.